There are two Quran verses related to the order of hijab. Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 53 and 59. Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 53. When you ask the wives of the Prophet for anything, ask them from behind a curtain. That will be purer for your hearts as well as their hearts. It is not right for you to cause annoyance to the Messenger of God or for you ever to marry his wives after him. Indeed, that would be an enormity in the sight of God. Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59. Tell thy wives and thy daughters and the women of the believers to draw their cloaks close round them. Why did Muhammad reveal these verses? To understand that, we need to see the events behind the verses. Hadith Sahih Bukhari, Volume 1, Book 4, number 148 explains the event behind the Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59 revelation. The wives of Muhammad used to go to Al-Manasi, which was a vast open place near Bakia at Medina, to answer the call of nature at night. Umar ibn al-Khattab did not like what he saw.
Astaghfirullah Azim. What an embarrassing view.
He decided to complain about this to Muhammad.
O Rasul Allah, let your wives be veiled so nobody could see their bodies when they are defecating.
But Muhammad ignored him. Umar angrily thought in his mind,
he does not consider it as a big problem.
One night, one of Muhammad's wives, Sauda bint Zam'a, went out at night to Al-Manasi to defecate.
I better follow her.
Boo, what a relief.
O Sauda. By Allah, you cannot hide yourself from us, so think of a way by which you should not be recognized on going out.
Umar, what are you doing here? Are you watching me? Astaghfirullah. What's wrong with you?
How disgusting.
Sauda was embarrassed and left the place quickly. Sauda met Muhammad in Aisha's house.
O Rasulullah. I went out to answer the call of nature and Umar scolded me for not covering myself enough.
No worry, Sauda. Allah's revelation just came to me. Permission has been granted to you that you may go out for your needs.
Umar later came to Muhammad.
O Rasulullah. Good and bad persons visit you, so I suggest that you order your wives to observe veils.
After Umar requested several times, eventually Muhammad gave in.
Oh, all right. Here, Allah revealed Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59. O Prophet, tell thy wives and thy daughters and the women of the believers to draw their cloaks close round them.
Wow, Allah sent a verse based on my request.
Umar did not ask Prophet Muhammad to reveal the Quranic verse of hijab because he respected women. No, far from it. He just disgusted to see Sauda's body when she answered the call of nature. But what kind of man liked to peek at his best friend's wife when defecating? The following hadith shows a clear example how Umar disrespected women. Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba, number 6382. Anas reported, Umar saw one of our maidservants wearing a veil and he flogged her. Umar said, do not resemble free women. Muslims nowadays claim that Islamic veil is the symbol of respect toward women. If that's so, then why Umar flogged the female slave for wearing a veil? Umar certainly hated women. Take a look at this following hadith. Hadith Imam Muwatta Malik, Book 30, number 14. A Muslim came to meet Umar ibn al-Khattab.
Oh Umar, I need your advice.
What is your problem?
This is my situation. I have a Jariya and I used to be intimate with her. My wife disliked it. She went to my Jariya and suckled her. When I would like to approach my Jariya again, my wife told me I am not allowed to do so anymore, since she had suckled her.
She is our relative now. You cannot be intimate with her anymore.
Umar then ordered,
beat your wife and go to your Jariya again. Kinship by suckling is only by suckling babies.
So the Muslim did exactly what Umar told him to do.
This is for trying to prevent me to approach my Jariya.
Then he approached his Jariya again. Umar was a violent man who did not hesitate to enslave, beat, flog, betray women, even advised other Muslims to do the same thing. Muhammad also supported Umar's violent tendency toward women by saying, "A man will not be asked as to why he beat his wife." Muhammad and Umar were just two of a kind of men who used violence to control women around them. The hijab order came out of their hatred toward women. Al-Suyuti mentioned another event behind Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 53, in his book Asbab al-Nuzul Quran. One day, Talha ibn Ubaydillah came to his cousin, Aisha, and chatted with her. Muhammad came and he did not like what he saw.
"Don't you ever come here and talk to my wife alone again."
But Aisha is my cousin, and Allah knows that neither I nor she said anything abominable.
"There is none more jealous than Allah. There is none more jealous than me."
Talha left Aisha's house angrily.
Muhammad refrain us from marrying our cousins, yet he marries our women after we die. Therefore, after he dies, I will surely marry Aisha.
Muhammad was shocked when he heard that.
"Oh no, you don't. Allah just said that it is not right for you to annoy Rasul Allah nor marry his widows after him at any time. When you ask my wives for anything you want, then ask them from behind a screen." Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 6 says, "The Prophet is closer to the believers than their own selves, and his wives are their mothers. You cannot marry your own mother."
Since then, Muhammad's wives always had to wear hijab or niqab whenever they met any man who is not their relatives or husband. Tafsir Quran Tabari in Ibn Kathir, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59, mention another story behind the hijab order. In Medina, the wives of the Prophet sometimes had to go out at night to answer the call of nature. Their houses had no restroom, so they would go to an open field, named Al-Manasi, to defecate or to urinate. On the way to go to Al-Manasi, some young men would harass and tease them. When they reported that harassment to the Prophet, he did not to do anything toward the rowdy young men. Instead, he ordered his wives to wear hijab that covered all parts of their bodies, including the eyes.
Oh, Allah just sent an order for you all. Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 59. O Prophet, ask your wives, daughters, and believing women to draw their cloaks over their bodies. In this way, it is more likely they will be recognized as virtuous and not be harassed. And Allah is all-forgiving, most merciful.
In the first case, the problem was because of the lack of clean toilet facilities among the Muslim society. Prophet Muhammad did not do anything to improve the sanitary facilities for them. The intention of hijab was to cover up the wives while still doing their business to answer the call of nature in a very primitive way. As the solution of the toilet problem, the hijab functions as a portable outhouse that enabled the Prophet's wives to defecate on an open field without exposing their bodies to Umar. This portable outhouse is definitely not necessary for women nowadays because they have much better toilet facilities. The next hijab event was about a husband's uncontrollable jealousy toward his wife. Not only that, the Prophet apparently was a control freak as well. While he freely be intimate with many women around him, Muhammad wanted to be sure that all of his many wives would be widows forever after he died. To accomplish this, he revealed Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 53, "It is not right for you to cause annoyance to the Messenger of God or for you ever to marry his wives after him." The source of the problem is in Prophet Muhammad's mental health, yet he punished his wives by wearing hijabs that function as a portable jail. He even told them to just stay at home in Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 33. Would wearing a hijab could cure the husband's mental problems? The last case was about rowdy young men harassing the Prophet's beautiful wives. He had all the power in Medina to control these young men, to order them to behave, but he didn't do it. Instead, he put all the blame on his wives by forcing them to wear the hijab that cover all parts of their bodies, even including the eyes. That kind of covering would certainly limit their eyesight and mobility. My question is, can a veil or hijab alone protect women from the hands of sick-minded men? The answer is emphatically no. Conversely, the responsibility and desire of the hearts of men should be to protect the chastity of a woman. Women are more safe if the men are educated and taught to respect women. Only in this type of environment can women thrive. Taught to respect women. Only in this type of environment can women thrive. For instance, Khadija. Women are more safe if the men are educated and taught to respect women. Only in this type of environment can women thrive. For instance, Khadija, the first wife of Muhammad. Would Khadija be able to work productively as the boss of her trade and transportation company if she had to face so many limitations that Muhammad put on the women in Medina? To be able to run her business, Khadija had to deal face to face with her employees, camel riders that were mostly men in her office. Under Islam, she wasn't allowed to be alone with them. That kind of limitation would severely restrict her ability to conduct her business. Under Sharia, Khadija would have to ask a permission from her husband or male family member to have a career. This is laughable since Khadija was the one who provided for Muhammad throughout their 25 years of marriage. She supported the Muslims during the boycott time in Mecca. She couldn't do that if she had to just stay at home, such as the order in Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 33. She thrived and was respected in Mecca because the pagan Meccan community upheld her freedom and rights to pursue what she wanted. Muhammad ignored all of these, and decided to revoke women's freedom with misogynic orders such as Quran, Surah Al-Ahzab, verse 53 and 59. Because of this, millions of women in Islamic countries simply don't have freedom of choice. Hijab for them is a forced legal requirement. Those women who prefer not wearing hijab could face deadly consequences. They could have their faces slashed with razors, have acid thrown in their faces, or they could be killed and imprisoned until the Islamic regimes were able to enforce compulsory veiling and establish their rule. In the past, Muhammad went mad, therefore he suppressed women. After his time, Muslim leaders follow Muhammad's madness to the extreme, to the point of killing women in the name of Islam, as in the recent slaying of Masa Amini.